If there's one thing that I can promise you, it's that without approaching women, you won't meet them. There are countless men who walk around with the fear of talking to women they don't know. These same men will notice and look at women, but won't take any action. They're also known to quickly look away when women make eye contact with them. Let's dive right into it. 1. Rejection. The idea of rejection is so scary that many men would rather be single than risk it happening to them. Here's the reality. Even the men who are most successful with women will get rejected. There are countless reasons for why a woman would reject you. She's already in a relationship. She recently ended a relationship and is not interested in anyone. She's the type that only dates women. She had a horrible day. You're just not her type. And many, many other reasons. Regardless of the reason, understand that meeting and dating women is a numbers game. You can go out today, approach 5 women, and get 5 phone numbers. Tomorrow, you can approach 5 women and only get 1 number. Just remember that when a woman rejects you, she's not rejecting the real you. In other words, she has no idea what kind of man you are or what kind of partner you'd make. You may very well be the best guy she's ever dated. However, she has no way of knowing this within the first 20 seconds of meeting you. This is why you should never take rejection personal. If you have no idea why she rejected you, why would you possibly worry about it? 2. Fear of what other people think. Another reason you might fear approaching women is because you're worried what other people will think. You worry about being perceived as foolish and ridiculous if she were to reject you. You fear how you'll be judged, even though it'll be by total strangers. Being rejected makes you feel embarrassed. And, if there's people around, it'll be that much more embarrassing. However, this is just a self-limiting belief you might have. The reality is that whether you get the woman's phone number or not, people around you will perceive you as courageous and confident for making the attempt. See the difference? It's all in your head. The more women you approach, the less you'll worry about the outcome and what others think. The only thing people will judge you on is how you react to the rejection. If you're cool and calm, they'll consider you courageous and confident. If you get dramatic or sad, they'll perceive you as an inexperienced fool. But, at the end of the day, what other people think shouldn't matter to you. However, only you can eliminate this fear by approaching more and more women. 3. It's all mental. You may have seen or personally know men who approach women like it's no big deal. If they see a woman they find attractive, they walk over and start a conversation. Period. But how and why do they have the ability to approach women without fear? The answer is programming. Your programming is a collection of beliefs that you've accepted as true. As an example, if you were told often as a child that women love being approached by men, there's a high chance you'll feel at ease when doing it. Programming occurs through repetitive thoughts and experiences. The more you think, say, or experience something, the more you accept it as true. The reality is that you should never accept something as 100% true because there will always come a time where it's false. If you approach a woman today and get rejected, you can safely say and believe, "I can't get a woman's phone number." And, in the moment, that statement is 100% true. However, if you get a woman's phone number tomorrow, that statement is no longer valid. Right? Men who constantly approach women develop the belief at some point in their lives that doing so is safe, fun, and no big deal. Maybe it was their programming as a child, or maybe they approached women until they had no choice but to succeed and develop this belief. Now, tell me honestly. If something is safe, fun, and no big deal, wouldn't you do it all the time without a problem? No need to respond, I already know your answer. Men who approach women all the time don't require any mental preparation. Ellipsis. It's something they do automatically, like breathing. However, things might be different for you. Maybe someone made you believe that women hate being approached and bothered. Maybe you approached a woman in the past who rejected you and made you feel terrible. Ellipsis. Or maybe it's a reason that you're not even aware of. Whatever the reason for your programming, the only way to eliminate it is by approaching more women and improving your success rate. The more you do something, the better you get at it, the higher your success rate, and the stronger your belief becomes. How many women have you approached recently? Your answer will make your current level of success obvious. In this video, I explain how women want and enjoy being approached by men. Whether they're interested or not, every time you approach a woman, you compliment her. While you might fear that she'll get offended, be rude, or embarrass you, the worst that can happen is her saying, "Sorry, I can't give you my number," or "I have a boyfriend." More often than not, she'll use the "I have a boyfriend" line. But, when you make the shift in mindset that approaching women makes them feel good and helps you get better at talking to them, you automatically begin to see things from a different perspective. Suddenly, approaching women is something that you want to do, not something that feels crazy or scary. Again, it's all in your mind. 4. Don't know what to say. Another fear of approaching women is not knowing what to say. Many men are scared that they'll get stuck when they approach a woman. In other words, that they won't know what to say and that things will get awkward. So, what do you tell her? That she's pretty? Or do you ask if she has a boyfriend? Or do you make a joke to make her laugh? The answer is none of the above. Here's what you do. Instead of overthinking this, all you have to do is make a comment on the situation. All that matters is that you come across as a normal guy who can start a conversation. Once you've approached her and started a conversation, just listen and respond. 5. Previous relationships. How your last relationship ended can greatly influence how you feel about approaching women. If your relationship ended badly, you might fear experiencing the same thing all over again. For example, if you loved your ex-girlfriend and were heartbroken after the breakup, there's a good chance that you'll want and try to avoid experiencing that again. Again, all these things can take place unconsciously. Make sure to always take some time to yourself after a breakup, especially before you consider approaching women.